It's finally midsummer. I've been busy on the homestead, tending to the garden and planting more seeds. Last week, the moon was in its light phase and in the very fertile signs of Scorpio and Sagittarius, so I knew it'd be the perfect time to plant my above grounders. I wanted to grow more plants that I knew would transition well into fall, such as kale, collard greens, Swiss chard, and lettuce. Last week, we also moved the greenhouse to higher ground and experienced more flooding. It's hard to believe that it's been 2 years since we moved onto this property. Everything you see, we built from scratch, except for the house. One of the first things we decided to put in was the greenhouse. We purchased it from a local Amish builder, and they delivered it to us. I wanted to have it close to the garden and make sure it had a lot of light. Being in the middle of the woods, surrounded by trees, we're limited on those spots. We settled on an area near the creek that leads to our pasture. We had no idea, though, how much it floods during heavy rain and after melting snowfall. The greenhouse had been underwater numerous times, and the foundation was beginning to sink, so we knew it was time to move it to higher ground. The challenge was finding another spot that gets a lot of light. So we chose a place near the house that gets a lot of morning and midday sun. The other challenge was coordinating the move with the weather and the schedule of the company moving it. It had been so dry here, so we scheduled the move. But the night before the move, it rained hard. The greenhouse was underwater again, and part of our driveway near the storm drain washed away. We spent that next morning repairing our driveway. I was afraid that moving our greenhouse that day, after all of that rainfall, would tear up the land, since our house sits up on a slope. But luckily, it had been so dry that the ground soaked up the water like a sponge, and the sun dried the area enough for the movers to continue as planned. Since the greenhouse is near the house, I wanted to make it feel part of the house, so I began to beautify the space surrounding it. Next season, I'll add more flowers and continue to expand on making this a beautiful cottage greenhouse, one that I will feel inspired to work in as I watch it explode with vibrant color every season. Since we've been here, we've experienced a lot of flooding in our pasture and around the driveway storm drains. Earlier this year, we did some excavation to expand and straighten our creek to allow for better flow of the water coming from our neighbor's pond overflow and the water coming in from the storm drain. That has helped our pasture area tremendously and reduced the amount of water coming through that area. But the major issue that we're having now is the area around the storm drain, near our driveway. There is so much water coming from the fields across the street into our storm drain during heavy rainfall. During the 2 years we've lived on this property, that part of our gravel driveway has washed away 3 times. That's 3 times too many, so we need to get this fixed as soon as possible. We're looking into our options now, so hopefully we'll be able to address this before the year is over. Watching our land evolve since we've been here has been so rewarding. We've put in so much work, some of which really stretched us and at times had me in tears. But I have found that moving through times of struggle, even when it feels unbearable, is what makes you more resilient.
You did it, baby.
It is through those times that we learn our own strength, our own power, and we learn that we are capable of taking on so much more than we ever thought we possibly could. We grow and we evolve as a person, as a soul. I feel as though I am evolving along with our land here, together as one. It is teaching me so much about myself and my connection with each and every plant and living creature on this planet. I'm learning so much about what it truly means to be a part of this cyclical process, one that we've always been a part of, but had forgotten our crucial role in it. As you watch and observe nature around you, you see every bird, insect, animal, and plant have a purpose. Some helping to feed and provide shelter for others. And it is innately understood what that purpose is. It isn't learned, it isn't trained, it just intuitively knows what to do. I hope that we can all intuitively return back to our true nature and understand our purpose here on this planet. Imagine how different the world would be